and they are being given briefing. Then also you use the word brief. In army, there is briefing and there is debriefing. Before being sent to the mission, they are given briefing, and after the mission, they are given debriefing. पहले आपको क्या करना चाहिए और बाद में बताते हैं आपको क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. Okay? चलिए, let's come to busy and idle. You can understand. Buy and sell. Okay. Please note down this. Cautious and careful. ये आपके एग्जाम में आता है. Please note down this word. Cautious and careless. Means being careful is careless. It is expensive. When you are referring to goods or clothes, please avoid saying cheap. Cheap can be also referred to a person who does not act decently. So, अगर आप कहना चाहते हैं कि ये महंगा नहीं है, तो please say the word inexpensive and not cheap. Cheap is wrong. Complex, simple, compliment, insult, crazy, are you sane और insane. हम कई बार बातें करते करते बोलते हैं are you insane, क्या आप पागल हो गए हो, right? So, but if you are sensible, then it is insane. But if you want to make it opposite, you can write also insane. Crooked, which is not straight, it is crooked. Opposite is straight. These are simple ones. Please note down this. Deep and shallow. Everybody knows what is deep. But what, when you want to say the river on the banks is not deep. So what is the word you will use? Shallow. समुद्र के किनारे पानी ज्यादा गहरा नहीं है, या नदी के किनारे पानी ज्यादा गहरा नहीं है. So you will use the word shallow. Okay? Let's take other ones. Decrease and increase, you know. Demand and supply, you know. Yes. Destroy and create. Again, this is part of your exams. Please note this word. Again, divide and unite, you will get to read in the newspaper. Some external forces are trying to divide the country. But our festivals, like national festivals like 15th August and 26th January, unite us. So they are opposites. Yeah, drunk and sober. Here, instead of sober, you can also write the word sane. अभी हमने पढ़ा था. Okay. You know easy and difficult. And then begin, you know. Even and odd, you know. Evening and morning, you know. Yes. ये आपको एग्जाम में आता है. Expand. Please note this word. What is opposite of expand? It is contract. Okay. We'll come to next one. Fat and skinny. Instead of fat, the other word which can be used is O-B-E-S-E. Obese. Okay. Please note next one also. Either of the word can be asked. कौन सा पहले पूछा जा सकता है नहीं मालूम है. What is opposite of fiction? Fiction means imaginary. Opposite is fact. Or you may be asked, fact, what is opposite of fact? Then it can be fiction. Float and sink. This is also asked. follow or lead, foolish and wise, forgive or blame. Here, instead of blame, that means you are accusing someone. You can use this word also. Opposite. Look at this. Freeze and boil. These days, you are getting to hear in the news that it's freezing temperature everywhere. But say after March, you will get to hear when summer is on the peak, that it's boiling. So freeze and boil are opposite words. I will give you more difficult words later on. Gentle, rough, giant, dwarf, give, receive. Note down this word, gloomy and cheerful. Please note this word. This is definitely part of your exams. Gloomy, opposite is cheerful. Sometimes you ask your friend, why are you looking sad? In Hindi, अगर किसी का चेहरा लटका हुआ है, तो then you ask, why are you looking so gloomy? And the opposite can be cheerful. Similarly, somebody when he is happy, the opposite can be grief. So grief and joy are two opposite words. Let's take guilty and innocent. Again, this word you will get to read in newspaper, especially when related to court cases. He was found guilty or he was found innocent. Now, what you need to remember is there are other words associated with guilty and innocent. Okay, let's see how. If somebody is found guilty, then he is convicted. He was convicted of whatever crime that person must have done. But in the court, if that person is found innocent, he is acquitted. ACQUIT. In Hindi we say, कोर्ट ने बरी कर दिया. अगर कोर्ट ने बरी कर दिया तो इट इज एक्विट. अगर कोर्ट ने सजा दे दी तो इट इज कन्विक्ट. Please remember, guilty, innocent, convict, and acquit, 4 words related to court. Next one is simple. Sad, happy and sad, you know. Hard and soft, you know. Heaven and hell, you know. Heavy and light, you know. High and low, you know. High and fire, remember this. Again, used in the corporate world. You are hired for your skills, but you are fired for your lack of skills, for lack of good behavior, for lack of productivity. So that's why I keep saying, बच्चों आपकी placement आने वाली है. You will be hired for your technical skills, for your communication skills, for your interpersonal skills. But you will be fired if you don't have these skills. There is a saying, you may be hired for your technical skills, but you may be fired for lack of soft skills. So yes, please work on your soft skills. See, we studied this word earlier also, huge. Opposite can be tiny. Hungry, I am full. When somebody asks you, are you hungry? Would you like to eat something? You say, no, I am full. I just had my lunch. Idle, people idle away their time doing nothing. On the contrary, Other people are active. Include and exclude, you know. Individual and group, you know. There are antonyms. Innocent and guilty. We studied earlier also. Inside and outside, you know. Joy and sadness, you know. Kind and cruel, you know. Knowledge and ignorance. Please note this word. What is opposite of knowledge? Again, you will get this word in your exam. Or you will be asked, what is opposite of ignorance? It is knowledge. Okay. Shall we move to the next one? Last and first, you know. Laugh and cry, you know. But instead of cry, cry is used for children. You may use the word weep, or you may use the word sob. Cry बच्चों के लिए इस्तेमाल करते हैं हम. Less, more, lie, truth, like and dislike, you know, likely and unlikely, liquid and solid, you know, lonely and crowded. Please note this word. Again, this is going to be part of your exam. Please note down this word. What is opposite of lonely? This is a lonely place. And the opposite will be, this is a crowded place. During lockdown, Sukhna Lake was a lonely place. But as soon as the lockdown opened, Sukhna Lake or Sector 17 in Chandigarh became a crowded place. Long and short, you know. Loose and tight, you know. Let's come to N. Lost and found. Love and hate, you know. Note down this. You will be asked major. The students from MBA will remember what is your major and what is your minor. Man and woman. But here if it is plural, you will reply in plural. If here it is E, over here also it should be E. Okay. Again, marvelous. That means terrific, good. Marvelous is something positive and terrific. Okay. Marvelous is related to positive and terrible is related to negative. Mature, immature. Maximum, minimum. Mix and separate. Please note down this word. Most of the time in the exam, you have been asked the word separate. It can be in the form of synonym or antonym. Please note the word separate. Opposite is mix. Again, next word also very important, moist. Here, like I was saying earlier, when the fog arrives, when the winter becomes wet, there is fog, the corona cases will increase because the air has moisture in it. That means now the weather is moist. So the cases will increase. And the opposite is dry. When the summer arrives, weather becomes dry, the cases will decrease. More or less, they are opposite, you know. Let's come to last one. I said more, opposite is less. But if I am saying most, then the opposite is least. Please remember the difference. Note down both the words. Opposite of more is less. but opposite of most is least, not less. Again, move and stay. Opposites, near and far. Opposites, never and always. Remember, we studied this in subject and verb agreement. So they are opposites, never and always. We will take few more and then we will do public speaking. Noisy, let me correct the spelling. When you say this place is very noisy, I want a quiet place to study. So both are opposites. Opposite of noisy is quiet, and you can use the other word tranquil, tranquil. In Hindi we say shant jagah. None, koi bhi nahi. This is very complicated word. Please note down. None, opposite of none is all. If sometimes teacher says, has anybody come to class? And the reply is none. किसी ने homework नहीं किया. जबकि सबने किया. Opposite, all. Nothing and something you know. Now and then. Student often confuse this with THAN. This is not then. This is used for comparison. THEN. In Hindi we say tab. Ab or tab. Now ab, THEN, then tab. Okay. Obvious. That means which is apparent. That means you can find out, yes, it is clear or natural. But something which is not clear, the opposite will definitely become hidden. Odd and even, you know, often. Remember, we discussed this word often and seldom. Subject and verb agreement. Often in Hindi we say aksar. Seldom, kabhi kabhi. Or what you say? Sometimes. Please note these words, often and seldom. They are again part of your exams. Old and young you can understand. On and off you can understand. Yes. Note down this word. Optimistic and pessimist. Optimist, ashawadi. Pessimist, nirashawadi. Optimist, hopeful. Pessimist, one who is not hopeful. One who is down and out. Ordinary and extraordinary, you understand? Over and under. Opposites. Then let's come to P. Pain and pleasure. Don't get confused. Please note down both these words. They will ask you pain or pleasure, and you have to mention the opposite word. So opposite of pleasure is pain, and opposite of pain is pleasure. Similarly, they can ask you panic. In Hindi we say to lose your patience or घबरा जाना. So don't panic. Opposite can be calm. शांत रहो. Keep noting down these words. Very important. Third word is also important. Partial or complete. When somebody said there is lockdown, you will ask, is it partial or is it complete? So both these words are opposites. Active and passive. Active, something which is happening now, and passive, which was in the past. We will be doing active and passive voice next week. Again, next one, peace and war. Here, by peace, don't assume tranquility. शांत जगह नहीं. Here by peace, we mean opposite of war. Next word is also important. They will give you permanent. And what is the opposite of permanent? Unstable. That is, that thing which is not permanent is unstable. Play and work, you understand? Yes, note down this word, plentiful and sparse. When in India there is bumper crop, there is no shortage of food. So you say India has plentiful of food or crop. But if the rainfall is sparse, that means if we have less rainfall, then the food crop is also less. So plentiful and sparse, you can also use the word here as scarce. Scarce. In Hindi, we say kami. We studied this word earlier, polite. We had studied the word humble. So here now we are studying polite. What is opposite of polite? Rude. Sometimes you tell your friend who is talking to you rudely that don't you have manners? Can't you talk politely? So opposite of polite is rude. If the word given to you is rude, then the opposite is polite or humble. You understand poor and rich, opposites. You understand positive and negative. They are opposites. Yes. Powerful and opposite is weak. Praise and criticism. Please note down this word. Again, this is part of your exam. Praise and criticism. किसी की तारीफ करना या किसी की आलोचना करना. Let's come to next one. Pride. That means when you're proud of something, you take pride in something. Okay? Ghamand karna, pride. Whereas other one is modesty. Okay? So that's why remember this word modesty. कि आपको इतना घमंड करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You can be a bit modest. In Hindi, we say vinamra. Private and public. BBS students have read this when they study about private enterprises and public enterprises. Yes. Take this, problem and solution. When you get this word, you will really get confused. What is opposite of problem? Problem, opposite is solution. If you are given solution, then the opposite is problem. So that's why some people during ancient times, they had given the quotation to the mankind that you should always be part of the solution and not the problem. आप दुनिया के लिए सॉल्यूशन बनिए, प्रॉब्लम मत बनिए. Profit and loss, we understand. Quality, oh, remember this, very uncommon word. On the one hand, you are saying, I want a quality product, but what can be opposite of quality? Please note down this, inferiority. That means you say German produces quality cars. BMW, Mercedes, they're all produced in German. But there is another country which produces inferior cars. That means they do not produce goods of quality. Quick and slow, you can understand. Yes, raise and lower, you understand? Please note down this. Random and specific. All those students studying statistics, you must have come across this word, random. Random sampling. And the opposite is specific. Randomly, आपने अगर कुछ सैम्पलिंग कर रहे हैं तो बीच में से कोई भी चीज उठा ली. Specific, you pick out a particular thing. You are being specific. We all have heard the word common. You may associate this with common cold, but what is opposite? Common, opposite of common is rare, or you may call it exclusive. Okay, something special. Okay, so opposite can be common. Yes, raw and cooked. We know this. Yes, again very uncommon words. We all know regret. Something goes wrong and then we regret, related to human feelings. But opposite is, if you have studied hard, you got good position in the exam, then you become happy. And that is why the word used here is rejoice. So remember, opposite of rejoice is regret. So when anybody doesn't score good marks or he fails in the exam, that's why there is regret, and the person says, oh God, I wish I would have studied hard, or I would have worked hard. Next word is remember. Obviously, forgot. ये हम अक्सर अपनी लाइफ में यूज करते हैं. Right and wrong, you remember? Yes. Please note down this again. This is part of your exam. Rigid and flexible. That means you should be flexible in your approach. This is what all those students who are preparing for placement, remember, when I keep telling you that you should have good soft skills, you should be adaptable, indirectly, I am telling you, you should be flexible. And opposite, you should not be rigid. Don't say, sir, I am from Punjab, so I will not go out of Punjab. Or I am from Haryana, I will not go out of Haryana. So when you have to work, you have to travel anywhere. You have to work in a team. So because of your rigid behavior, you will not make much success. That's why I said be flexible. Let's finish R and then we will have public speaking. Rise and sink. Sink is dubna. Rise matlab upar aa jana. Rough and smooth you can understand. Rude and polite we did earlier. Yes. You will get confused with this. Same and different. You will be given one word and then you will be asked the opposite. What is opposite of different? Same. And what is opposite of same? Different. And if the word given here is like, then you will write unlike. Remember, earlier we did segregate, alag karna. Please note down this word, segregate. We did this word earlier also with different word, different synonym. Segregate. I was saying to distinguish. And opposite is integrate. Please note down this word. Yes. See, again we have this word. Seldom and often. Seldom is rarely, often is again and again. Okay? Sell and buy, you know. Send and receive, you know. Shame and honor. Please note down this. Opposite of honor is shame. Short and long, you know. Don't get confused. Simple words there. Show and hide. Usually we do it in the exam. Simple and complicated. We did this earlier. Single and married. Here, instead of when they are asking you, usually we ask, are you single or married? Okay. But if the option given there is married is not there and the option given is double, you can write double also. Sour and sweet. Again, when you are single and married, I should have reversed this also. If you are single, your life is sweet. You are married, your life is sour. Spend and earn. Opposites. Start and stop. Started and finish. Stay and alive. Stiff and flexible. Stop and go. Strength and weakness. Strong and weak. Student and teacher. Sturdy and weak. Please note down this. What is opposite of weak? Sturdy. That means strong. Sunny and cloudy. Superb and inferior. Tame and wild. Note down this, tame and wild. In tame, काबू में करना, जैसे हम पालतू जानवर को करते हैं. Again, next word is very important for you. Opposite of teach is learn. Temporary, permanent. Let me finish at T. Okay, now let me share with you public speaking topics. I want you to speak on any one of the topic. These are your topics, 3 topics. Can you see on your screen? Should India adopt one-child policy? Co-curricular activities should be made compulsory in schools. It can be colleges also. Protecting environment and ecology should be made fundamental duty. You have 3 topics on your screen. I want you to start speaking after half a minute. And nobody will leave the class. Teachers are there who are monitoring you, whoever is leaving the class. You cannot speak, but at least you can listen. As soon as I say now there will be public speaking session, people start leaving the class. It's okay, you have hesitation to speak, but at least you can listen. Today your teachers are monitoring you. Whoever is going to leave the class will be taken to task. I'm waiting for you. Take your time, make your points and start speaking. And if these 3 topics do not appeal you, you may speak on any topic which is close to your heart, which is disturbing you, or on which you would like to speak your mind. It can be colleges also. All of you, please note down the topics. Any topic which is close to your heart, which appeals to you. Please note them down. If you're not speaking today, you must speak in the next class. All of you are noting it down?
Yes, sir.
Good, beta, good.
हेलो, कैसे हो? और क्या कर रहे हो? अच्छा,
Okay. Let's see who is ready now. Who's going to take the initiative? Yes, start. What do you understand by co-curricular activities? All those small competitions that you used to have in school. Handwriting competition, extempore speaking competition, vocabulary competition, painting competition, solo singing competition, group singing competition, so many things. Debate competition. Why? Why they are important from childhood?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, this is Harshit from BTech CSC second year.
Yes, beta, go ahead.
Sir, I want to discuss that co-curricular activity should not be compulsory.
Okay.
Because first we should understand why should we need co-curricular activities. They are for the children to develop them morally and mentally. But in the compulsion, they should not develop their task, perform their task as they if they want or their interest in that curricular activities. So there should not be compulsion. It is depend on the students what
Okay.
they want to perform.
Okay. So curricular activities should not be compulsory according to Harshit. Please counter him. Who is going to counter him? You can counter by saying how curricular activities help in development of overall personality. How the small things help to get rid of your hesitation. How these small things, I would have changed this topic into should competition be encouraged from childhood? Yes, because when you challenge someone, it gives them opportunity. If today I would not have forced you to speak, then you wouldn't be speaking. In first year also you will be same. When you come to sixth semester, you will be same. How will you participate in the placement drive? If you don't learn public speaking, if you don't learn group discussion, if you don't learn that you have to compete with others. In interview, the gentleman can ask you, 2,000 students are waiting outside. Why should I hire you? How are you going to convince? If you're not good at convincing, you're not good with communication. Can you learn all these qualities in a single day? क्या एक दिन में सीख सकते हो बेटा ये बातें?
नो सर.
गुड. अब आप मेरे को बोल करके बताइए ये किस तरह से आपको हेल्प करती है. बोल के बताइए. आप हिंदी में बोलिए मगर बोलिए. मेरे को सबसे पहले आपको ये सिखाना है कि आप पब्लिक के बीच में बोलना शुरू करें, बोलना सीखें. अंग्रेजी धीरे धीरे आ जाएगी. आप मेरे को अंग्रेजी नहीं आती है, इस बात से किसी बच्चे को डरने की जरूरत नहीं है। सबसे पहले तो प्लीज ओपन अप, बोलिए। Who's going to speak? I can say 74 students, and you people are not speaking. Why?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, beta.
Sir, my name is Suraj Shukla.
Okay, good.
Sir, I want to tell you, should one child policy?
Okay, beta.
Should India one child policy?
Okay.
Sir, India should implement a one child policy to control the population.
Yes.
Not only will be the policy help control head counts, but it will also provide any advantages socially and economically.
Yes.
One child policy can help reduce the continuous growth rate in India.
Yes.
This mean fertility rate for India was 2.8.
Okay.
But sir, thank you.
Okay, very good, beta. And why don't you add, Suraj, beta, ki there is so much of population in India. When there is so much of population in India, that means we need so much resources. We need so many houses. We need so many schools. We need so many hospitals. We need
Yes, sir.
so many things. Why can't we take example of Europe, where population is less, and that's why those countries are as big as any state of India, but they are much prosperous than us because population is less. And then give the example: if government allocates, suppose, 1,000 rupees for 1,000 people and 1,000 rupees for only 10 people, there is a difference. How much each person will get? So each person will get more benefit. So we should definitely control our population so that everybody becomes prosperous.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Next time.
Good, beta. Good.
Thank you, sir.
Good, Suraj. You made your good point. Okay, next.
Thank you, sir.
Good, good, beta. Next, who's going to speak? Please counter this boy. आप उनके पक्ष में बोलिए या विपक्ष में बोलिए, मगर बोलिए जो बाकी के बच्चे हैं. Please speak.
Yes, sir. My name is Manish.
Yes, beta.
Sir, I have my point against him as I've read an article in the Hindu newspaper, I mean, say 4 to 5 days ago.
Okay,
in
beta.
which survey stated that approx 2.1 childs are given birth to women in India.
Okay.
And the profile countries like London, UK, in them they have 1.8 childs per woman, which is
Okay.
as a good ratio, we can say that our population is in control. So I think so. Supreme Court also stated that we will not apply any population control law, as India's population will automatically stabilize in the upcoming years as the education grows.
Okay, Manish, by and large your sentence formation is correct, लेकिन जहां पे बेटा कहीं पे बीच में आपने बोला चाइल्ड्स, वो चाइल्ड्स नहीं होगा, उसको आप चिल्ड्रन बोलेंगे. ओके,
Yes, sir.
बाकी सब ठीक था बेटा. यू मेड योर पॉइंट. गुड. हाँ जी, नेक्स्ट. नेक्स्ट.
Sir, I want to tell about pollution.
Oh, yes, beta, please go ahead.
Sir, India is 7th largest country in our world.
Okay.
There are many problems in India, but today's I think pollution is also a very big problem in our India.
Yes.
We can classify pollution in many categories, such as soil pollution, air pollution, water pollution, and noise pollution, etc. Though pollution has become a threat to our environment, people are still not trying to control it. In the 21st century, technological development in every field is given priority, but On the other hand, people are running the environment at the same time to fulfill their personal needs. Deforestation, urbanization, and blind race in industrial development are some major cause of environmental pollution. People need to be conscious to save or protect our environment for a future generation. Firstly, I want to tell about air pollution. Air pollution occurs due to the presence of harmful gases and substances in the air. It is due to vehicle emission, dust and dirt, poisonous gases from the factories, etc. To reduce air pollution, we should use carpooling or public transport rather than using your private vehicle. Secondly, I want to tell about water pollution. Water pollution happens when toxic substances get mixed in various water bodies such as lakes, oceans, etc. Here, toxic substances mean chemical fertilizer, industrial waste, mining activities, etc. And third is the solution soil pollution. Soil pollution depicts the contamination of a soil due to the presence of a toxic substances. To maintain the soil fertility, the government must limit the use of fertilizer and plant more trees. That's enough, sir.
Okay. I think we all can clap for this boy. This boy made very good. He has very good ideas. One thing is that, beta, you spoke very nicely. I will give you 100 marks for your ideas. I will give you 100 marks for your sentence formation and sentence construction. But
Thanks, sir.
I will deduct your marks for your pronunciation, because when we North Indians pronounce, I come to know that you are from Haryana or Punjab. Because while you were speaking, you were saying vehicle, tree, you are adding extra A to most of the things. I would suggest to all of them, please don't feel bad if I give you suggestions. Please start watching WION, Republic, Times Now, NewsX, BBC, Al Jazeera. Please, even if you're enjoying taking sunbath, धूप में बैठे हुए हो, YouTube के ऊपर जाकर के English channel को सुनो, and believe me, listen minimum for 10 days. On 11th day, you will feel change in your personality. You will feel change in your fluency. You will feel change in your confidence. You will feel change that now I am a better orator than I was 10 days ago. Please do it continuously for 10 days. And on 11th day, let me know if you felt any change or not. Did I make my point, beta?
Yes, sir.
Good, beta, good. Very good. Anybody else? Anybody else would like to add something? Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, my name is Mahazbeen.
Yes, please.
Sir, I would like on the topic, should India have one-child policy?
Yes, please.
Sir, yes, we should have, but overpopulation also have many drawbacks.
Yeah.
Not only human society, but also for our economy and ecosystem. The only drawback that comes in my mind is sex ratio. Most people are still obsessed with the idea of having a boy child rather than a girl. Such a policy may result in a country with majority of males. I think so.
Yes, it is happening in Haryana. Why not? Why do you think? You quote example. See, when you will sit in the GD, जब बेटा बड़े हो जाओगे, प्लेसमेंट में बैठोगे, अभी आने वाले टाइम पे जब मैं आपको एक पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन दिखाऊंगा ग्रुप डिस्कशन के ऊपर, तो आपको वहां पे फैक्ट्स कोट करने होते हैं, आपको वहां पे न्यूज़पेपर के बारे में कोट करना होता है. अगर आपने कहीं पे कुछ भी